Good evening, everybody. Back here with Pratt Cattle Chat this evening. Same song, different day. They put $6-7 on the box beef again today. Makes a live choice steer that'll yield 64%. On the hoof today is worth $3 a pound or more to the packer. $3 a pound or more. And we're going to be thankful to take $1.15 or $1.20 while the packing industry makes another $1 billion this week. Sucks another $1 billion out of rural America this week. I guess some people can't comprehend the beef business, so let's put it in another term and see if we think this would be allowed to happen. If the American consumer was giving $5 a gallon for gasoline today, and oil was $15 a barrel, and we were going to bail out the oil industry because they couldn't survive, do you think the taxpayers, the Congress, Senate, our government would allow that to happen? That's exactly what's happening in the beef business. We have consumers paying beyond record prices, well beyond. And producers selling yearlings that are bringing back first cost barely. Selling fat cattle that are losing money. And our government's trying to figure out how many billions to send out to save our business. I think there's something really, really wrong with that scenario. On a brighter side, it's been brought to my attention, there was a bill introduced to the Senate by Charles Grassley from Iowa and John Tester from Montana and some others. Bipartisan bill for 50-14. 50% of the cattle have to be negotiated, and they have 14 days to pick them up. I'm going to give kudos to those senators for sticking their neck out there and actually doing something and introducing this bill. And I'd like to rally everybody listening, consumer, producer, end user, trucker, pharmaceutical salesman, operators of a sale barn. Call your senators and tell them to get behind this bill. Call them and ask them where they're at. I, for one, would like to know where Senator Pat Roberts, head of the Ag Committee, is. Jerry Moran, our other senator, where are they at on this? Are they going to line up and get behind it for the cattlemen in Kansas? I think Pat Roberts, it'd be a pretty good swan song for him since he's retiring to do something for the Kansas cattlemen before he's out of there. These people have put him in office for an awful long time. Maybe it's time to pay us back. So anyway, that bill's there. It is not time to let up on the pressure. The margins are still there. Even if we get $1.20 fats or $1.25 fats because they want to back the pressure off of them, let's not take the foot off the gas. It's getting a lot of attention. And I'd like to thank everybody that comments and responds and calls and texts and messages and has worked their butt off and called these senators and called their congressmen and their attorney generals and are working every day for our industry. I want to personally thank every one of you. And everybody that watches my videos and shares them, thank you very much. It's starting to resonate. It's getting a lot of attention. Today, the first politician, which is a man named Dave Lindstrom from Johnson County, Kansas, reached out to me a month ago, has called weekly, checked in, trying to learn and be educated on what he can do to help Kansas ag. He showed up today at Pratt Livestock in person. Got to see firsthand where we're going to sell 5,000 cattle this week from over 100 producers. It's what makes the economy of these counties in south central Kansas go around. All over Kansas, honestly. So I'd like to thank Dave for coming by, showing interest, caring, listening. And I hope other states have senators that are doing that. But quite honestly, they've been pretty slow to come to their milk. And I think they probably better pick up the pace here if they want to all get back in office, because I think the producers finally realizing that they're going to vote for the people that take care of them. They're going to sell their cattle at sale barns that fight for them. They're going to do business with people that have their back and are going to battle for them. You know, where's NCBA and KLA? I don't see that they're going to be behind this bill. I don't see they're behind Corbett's 3014 bill. Looks to me like anything that helps the producers in our region that the NCBA and the KLA doesn't want to be behind. Good friend of mine, Mark Winter, and I were talking about it. And, you know, $50 million in checkoff funds. If we took that away from the NCBA and we made our own pack for the commercial cattle producers of the United States, that's probably a lot better money spent than how we're getting represented today. Maybe we need to send a guy to Washington that has the commercial cattleman in mind and use our checkoff funds to support what the commercial cattleman needs. I think we'd all be better served in the end. So, you know, I think it's positive that it's out there. I think it's positive that people are paying attention. But I want all the states' senators to wake up. I want them to look at this bill of Grassley and Tester's and get behind it. They need to do something for these ag people they represent. So I guess tonight's video is mainly a rallying cry. We actually have some senators that have got big enough stones. They've introduced a bill. It's going to be in front of legislation. So now is the time for the constituents to let their senators and representatives know that they need to fall in line, and the producers support it. I know a lot of you think your calls have fallen on deaf ears, but now's the time to ramp it up. Call your senators, call your reps, and tell them to get behind this bill and support it. I'll be back towards the end of the week. We have a really nice run of feeder cattle at Pratt this week, so we'll be back with a market report towards the end of the week. Hope everybody's doing well, and let's keep up the fight. You know, it's no time to back off right now. Let's not let them deter us. Thank you, and have a good evening.